The first part of the anime begins by showing a boy named Baam who lives in a tower base alone without his parent. Until one day, he met a girl named Rachel who became his best friend. The two of them have been friends for many years, but one day, Rachel had to leave Baam to take the tower exam. As a gift to the winners, they could ask for whatever they wanted. Baam, who didn't want to lose Rachel, ran after her. He asks Rachel to stay with him at the base of the tower, but she was determined to take the exam, so she ignored Baam's request. Rachel also revealed her purpose in participating in the competition so that she could see the stars, because above the tower there is a sky with a very large collection of stars. After she left, Baam felt very sad. Suddenly, there was a man who said that all the answers were on the top of the tower, then Baam was unconscious. After waking up, he was already in a room that looked foreign to him. It turned out that at this time, he was already in the tower. Then, a man appears in the form of a demon named Head-On, who is in charge of guarding the tower. Suddenly, Baam felt confused about what was really going on. Head-On says the same thing again, whatever he wants is on top of the tower. Immediately Baam realized that he was currently taking the tower exam just like Rachel. In the first test, Baam is assigned to destroy a black ball which is in a monster cage. Baam rushed in, but suddenly, a woman named Yuri Jahad stopped him. At that time, Yuri was accompanied by her male assistant named Evan Edrock. It is known that Yuri is the adopted daughter of a tower king named Jahad. She is one of the selected participants who can take the tower exam. Then Yuri lent her sword to Baam as his weapon to fight. After that, Baam rushed into the monster's cage again. Once inside, the hungry monster immediately attacked him and swallowed him. Seeing that, Yuri and Edrock were also very surprised. Suddenly, the monster was injured. It turned out that Baam had attacked from within. The monster took Baam out of his body, then Baam tried to destroy the black ball. But he had not succeeded because the black ball was so strong that his sword could not destroy it. Unexpectedly, the monster again attacked Baam from behind, and suddenly the sword let out a powerful explosion. Then came the true power of the sword, which took the form of a woman named Black March. The woman approached Baam and said that she would help him just this once. Seeing this, Yuri was surprised, because all this time the Black March had never wanted to help Yuri, who was the original owner of the sword. Yuri also saw the presence of the Black March for the first time at that time. After the black ball was destroyed, Baam was transferred to the next stage of the test. When he opened his eyes, Baam was already on a stretch of yellowed grass. Then a cube appears that instructs about the second test. They are free to do anything to win the fight. In addition, they can also check the number of selected people and the remaining time through their pocket. When the number of selected people remains at 200 people, the exam will automatically be completed. After the instructions were completed, the participants rushed to kill each other. On the other hand, Baam is surrounded by a man named Agro Agnes Kuhn and a male crocodile named Rak Wraithrazer. But Kuhn didn't intend to attack Baam, he just happened to pass by and leave. Meanwhile, Rak is interested in having Baam's sword and attacks him. When Kuhn was away from him, he suddenly turned around and saw Baam's sword. Kuhn immediately came back to save Baam and asked where he got the sword. Baam explained that the sword was just a loan, because his reason for taking the exam was just to meet his best friend. For a while, Baam and Kuhn hid behind a large rock from Rak's pursuit. Then from the opposite direction, Rak was seen looking for their whereabouts. Kuhn decides to shake hands with Baam as a sign of their friendship. Suddenly, Rak came to their hideout. Luckily at the same time, a notification appeared that there were currently 200 people left, so the fight was stopped. If there are participants who still continue the fight, they will be declared failed or disqualified. Next, the cube instructs that they must form a team, consisting of 3 people in 5 minutes. When the countdown ends, then the 3 people must touch each other. The rules made Baam, Kuhn, and Rak confused. However, the 3 of them decided to be a team because their positions were close to each other. Long story short, the participants who passed the exam were instructed to gather in a hall. Then a male ranker named Liro appeared. Ranker is a term for someone who has climbed to the top of a tower and has been given a special ability called Shinsu that has no limits. After that, Liro made a barrier wall. For the team that made it through, then they were the ones who were given the blessing of luck because they were born with extraordinary intelligence or strength. In addition, the most needed by the participants to pass the exam is luck. When the test started, Baam was able to pass through the wall and was not blown away by the water at all, while the other participants who were beside him were pushed back by the current. Seeing this, Liro concludes that Baam has a hidden talent and says that a monster has appeared. While waiting for the other participants to come out, Liro invited him to talk. Flashback scene to Kuhn's past. At that time, he had a girlfriend named Kuhn Maria Jahad. However, Maria betrayed him, causing Kuhn to be exiled. Since that incident, Kuhn has become a person who has never put his trust in others, until the figure of his mother who had died appeared. She said that Kuhn had to close his ears, close his heart, and find the best way. After that, they waited for the start of the third test. Kuhn continued to watch the exam progress. According to him, the participants who had entered the exam room took a long time to finish their exam. He also wondered what they were doing in there. Then Kun and Baam, who were sitting, were approached by a strange male participant named Mr. Neonbag. He wants to tell Kun and Baam about the clues for the third exam because he once passed thanks to his extraordinary intelligence. So this time, the key is timing. But Kun, who couldn't trust anyone, attacked him instead and thought the man just wanted to throw his team down. And at the same time, Kun's group was called to take the next exam. Once inside, they were greeted by a male ranker named Han Song-yu. He explained that the requirement to pass this exam was to open the right door. There are 12 doors, and the time limit is 10 minutes. With improvised clues, Kun began to think about the clues' meaning. The rankers explained that they couldn't pass this exam using just their heads. According to Mr. Neonbag, so far, the team that passed the test would not scream within 5 minutes. While he was thinking, Kun was undecided whether to believe Mr. Neonbag's words or not, so he couldn't think straight. Before long, Rak kicked one of the doors. Luckily, he chose the right door within 3 minutes. It turns out that the exam this time is very easy. Those who open any door in less than 5 minutes will be considered passed. Kun realized that Mr. Neonbag's words were true. After the third exam ended, the participants were given time to rest. Then came a male participant named Shibisu, who approached Baam while taking a drink in the refrigerator. Shibisu also introduces his team, a man named Hots and a woman named Anak Jahad. Shibisu also became excited after seeing Baam, who looked weak but still wanted to try and make it this far. Not long after, Liro came to Baam's team and Shibisu's team, who wanted to tell them about two things. First, they are free to choose whether they want to take the next exam or not, because they have been given the opportunity to take the bonus exam. Second, the team that chooses to take this exam and manages to win will be deemed to have passed all the exams. Hearing this, the other participants were excited to choose to take the exam. In this test called the Crown Game, the team that has the crown at the end of the game will be the winner of the game, with a time limit of 5 minutes. Then one member of the team that gets the crown must wear it and sit on the throne until the game time limit is over. The rest of the team members have to guard the crown against the opponent. If they are able to defend it until the end, then the other 4 teams will fail. Then 4 new teams will enter in the second round and so on will continue. Liro also said, if there are participants from other areas who want to take part in the game, then press the button in the waiting room. Kun and his team chose to observe and study at first, while Shibisu's team immediately pressed the button to start playing. After Shibisu's team faced off against their opponent, Anak confidently said that it was easy for her. She also advanced alone to fight the enemy team. It didn't take long for her to defeat her opponent easily. Then she went to the throne to take the crown and sat on the throne. It turned out that Anak's estimation was wrong. The actual battle had not yet started because the other participants had just entered after a while. One of the male participants named Laura Fonsicle, who is the wave controller, immediately attacked Anak, who was already wearing the crown. She was able to dodge Laura's attack using her sword called Green April, which had the same extraordinary power as the Black March. Her sword tip can turn into many shapes and enlarge so that her opponent feels overwhelmed. On the other hand, the Black March sword that Baam used started to vibrate and react, so did Anak's sword. Not long after, she approached Baam in the waiting room. However, Liro disqualifies her and her team for having left the throne and violating the game's rules. After that, Baam's team started playing the crown game. They entered the game arena as well as the other teams, because no one else sat on the throne. Once inside, each team attacks the other team with various strengths and ways they can control. While they were fighting, Kun opened his suitcase, which gave off a blue light. He manages to snatch the crown using his suitcase to give it to Baam, who will sit on the throne, while Kun and Rak protect him from the attacks of other participants. Soon a team appeared, who immediately slaughtered the other participants in the room. But it had been predicted by Kun because they were the relief team that Kun had prepared beforehand. It turned out that during the preliminaries, he began to gather people who could become cooperation partners. As a result, Baam's team could win easily without fighting. But during the last round, a number of strong teams began to emerge, and one of them was a team from another area whose strength Kun had not been able to predict at all. Even came a mysterious masked woman named Waryun, who immediately attacked Rak. She also managed to get past Rak and jumped at Baam. Suddenly, a woman named Endorsi Jahad appears. Endorsi and her team are participants from other arenas who decide to help Baam. Meanwhile, Kun and Rak have to fight 2 men who are Waryun's team. On the other hand, Baam was instead focused on a woman in a robe, who he thought was Rachel. Unexpectedly, Endorsi lost her balance, so she fell. So Waryun immediately attacks Baam, but is blocked by a woman in a robe that looks like Rachel. When the woman's robe was opened by Waryun's attack, Baam was very sure that the woman was indeed Rachel. Seeing this, he immediately tried to help her and left his throne. Not long after, Baam's body gave off a powerful force that the other participants thought was Shinsu. The power managed to destroy Waryun's mask, and she was seriously injured. When Baam was about to kill the woman, suddenly, the figure of Black March came out of his sword and kissed him until he was unconscious. After that incident, Baam was treated, while the other participants continued the fourth exam. This is the end of part 1.